Please be seated. So I just want to take a brief moment, welcome you all. To those who are here for the first time, welcome to the Dharma Bum Temple. And it is my tremendous honor to welcome Venerable Miao Zang here from all the way from Hsi-Fang Temple.
That far.
Which took you about 7 minutes to walk here. So it's very close. Hsi-Fang is always very special to me. It's where I started 21 years ago, and so it's my home. It's always been my home. Will always be my home. So it's an honor to have you here. Thank you for being here, and good luck with these folks.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
So as for tonight, let us start with doing some meditation. So if you feel comfortable, whichever sitting posture that you would like to have a seat, either sitting with the legs crossed, or kneeling, or just both feet flat on the floor, on a chair, whichever that you feel comfortable. So let us quickly, we do a rotation of our upper body, 3 circles. Kind of like loosen up our waists, relax our body. And then we're going to do 3 circles counterclockwise. So our hands resting on our legs, making meditation gesture. For those of you who might be new to meditation, we can have right hand on top of left, 2 thumbs gently touching each other, and we rest on our legs. And for those of us with glasses, we can remove them, put them aside. If we feel comfortable with our eyes fully closed, let us go ahead and close our eyes. If not, we can have a gentle gaze on the floor. Slightly tucking our chin. Let us take in a few deep breaths as we try to relax from the top of our head. Relax our forehead. Relax our eyes. Relax our face. Relax our shoulders. Let us observe if we have any tightness on either side of our shoulders. If yes, we can gently raise and lower our shoulders. Try to relax. Relax our back. Relax our chest. Relaxing our upper arm, lower arms, our waists, thighs, knees, calves, all the way to the sole of our feet. With each breath that we take, let us appreciate each inhalation and exhalation. Breathing in, fully aware, then breathing in. Breathing out, and fully aware, then breathing out. Let us thank ourselves for giving ourselves this time to ground our mind, to focus and direct our attention on each breath that we take. There are many things that we have taken for granted in life, One of it is our ability to breathe. As we embrace each breath that we take, let us have the mind of appreciation and gratitude. As the Mother Earth gave us this opportunity to be here. Giving us this opportunity to take each breath one at a time. And let us all give ourselves this short moment to be aware of each breath that we take. just slowly taking 3 deep breaths, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in again, breathing out. Let's gently wrap our palms together. Feel the warmth on our palms. Gently cover our palms on our eyes. Top of our head, over our ears, to the back of our neck. Let's wrap our palms together again. Gently massage our shoulders, arms, all the way to our fingers and wrists. If you have your glasses, you may put back your glasses. How's everyone doing?
Good.
So when we meditate, if we experience like sleepiness or drowsiness, especially after a whole day of working or activities, usually towards the end of the day, we might be in need of like more oxygen to wake ourselves up. So when we meditate, we can try to take in a few deep breaths. So don't feel bad or good about whatever what we experience during meditation. It is part of the process. So if we feel sleepy, we just try to take in deep breath. If we feel that we have certain level of calmness or focus, don't get too attached to it. Just flow with it. Okay? And knowing that this is part of the process in our practice. Okay? So. Oh, thank you. I was looking, where's Jeff? Can we? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so earlier, together with me, I have 2 other venerables sitting in the back. The 3 of us are from Hsi-Fang Temple, which is like 7 minutes walk from here. Okay. And Jeff is our neighbor, the Dharma Bum Temple. So earlier, we actually came around 6:08. Right? And then we parked at the school district parking lot, and then we were taking a walk and enjoying the lightings that were like nicely decorated for the holidays. So in my mind, I was thinking that as we were walking, like how does the whole neighborhood here, the whole University Heights, or including other cities, especially during this holiday season, why people are willing to spend a lot in the electricity bill. Just to light it up, and then it could be like one person or maybe 10 people walking by and then appreciating, wow, this is such a beautiful lightings and festive. You know, you can feel the holiday spirit in the air. Okay. Why? Okay. But then when we were walking down like Maryland, for those of you who are here, you should check it out. They have like nicely decorated, like all the balloons and even the minions. When you go forward, the minions start singing jingle bells. 3 different songs. Okay, start light up. I even do a short recording earlier. So with that in mind, it really ties with what I'm going to share with everyone tonight. Is the practice of giving. Okay. So I know like many of you already know what is giving. Okay. What is giving? So what is giving to you? Sharing what we have to those in need. Giving something just like the lightings in like for the holidays. Like even our temple, we actually also have 4 minions. right in front of the temple. And then we give them 4 different names. One is joy, one is compassion, one is kindness, and one is Bodhi. Bodhi is the one like in suit, looks a little bit serious, but the name that we gave the minion is, it has the superpower of awakening. So like able to experience and handle whatever challenges in life with skillful ways and wisdom. Okay, and like the minions that we put out in front of the temple, whenever you see the school kids, like children coming for to go to school, the Abbess elementary school in this area, they will just stop a moment just to talk to the minion. And then even like the small minions that we have on the surfboard, the hands is like that. And then the kids, they will just give the minion a hug. Okay. Yeah. So in our everyday life, there are many things that we have been giving and sharing. Okay. So when it comes to giving from the Buddhist perspective, it is a perfection of wisdom that we not only giving and sharing, but the things that we think that it is useful and what is needed towards others. Okay, so Dharma is also one of the 6 perfections that, as a Buddhist Sangha, that we practice giving and sharing. Okay, and of course we all know that giving, there are 3 forms. Material things. It could be just like here at Dharma Bum Temple every Thursday. There's a food distribution program. This is the material things that we give and share. Of course, that also encompasses the second type of giving, which is something intangible, which is compassion, loving kindness, and compassion, and also like willing and able to share, like even like giving a hug is a type of giving. And of course, the third type of giving is the sharing of the Dhamma, okay, sharing of the teachings. And you might be wondering why the sharing of the Dhamma is also part of the giving. Okay, imagine if a person is like having a lot of trouble in life, and with one sentence that you share with that person, one feel appreciative and feel like, aha, now I know why I didn't see it in the first place. So that's why we always say that it is a moment of like between ignorance and enlightenment in one thought. Okay, so this is a general form of like a material giving, and immaterial giving, intangible giving. And the third one is the giving of Dharma, the sharing of the Dharma. So it is something that it is what most of us know when we learn about the perfections of Dharma giving. And one thing that that we always practice when it comes to giving is sometimes we still have a mindset of like expecting a return. But when it comes to the practice of giving, it is just like what Mahatma Gandhi said here. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Okay? This is also a type of giving that goes beyond ourselves. Okay? Just like when it comes to whether it is food distribution or even the support group that Jeff has here in the Dharma Bum Temple, like we have different volunteers becoming the host. Like tonight we have above average host right there. Okay, so why are you willing to spend your time like just like tonight? Why do you want to drive all the way from somewhere to come here? Okay, or even volunteering at the temple, or even in like a Father's Joe village in downtown feeding the homeless. Why are we willing to do that? It's because we experience the joy in service of others. Right? That is the ultimate giving as part of the perfection of Dharma, the perfection of giving. Right? It is something that we embrace. It's something that we learn along the way as we practice. Of course, we start with when we give and share. We thought about, I give you the microwave for the temple. And then the next time when I was here, I will ask, how come I didn't see the microwave? Right? Jeff, where did you put the microwave? Right. So sometimes this is the first phrase of giving. When we give something to our friend, when we give something to a place, we are hoping that this thing will be fully used. There's still like the giving with expectation. Okay? And of course, there's also another way of giving the more that we practice giving and sharing. It's just like walking down the street. Do you like greet each other? Good morning, hi, good evening. Do you do that? Yes? Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping to have more feedbacks from the audience if possible. Yes.
The answer is sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. How about the other sometimes? Yeah. Before coming to San Diego, I was in LA for almost 6 years. Every day, commuting from Hsi-Fang Temple, it's also one of our temples in LA, to University of the West every day, okay, except weekends. And sometimes stuck in the jam, and then you can observe how people driving on the street in LA is always in a rush. You can hear honking from time to time. And even when you walk along the street or around the campus, as if we don't exist. People just walk by, and even on the phone, there's no greeting, there's no saying hi to each other. But when I got transferred here in San Diego, I can feel the difference. People greet each other. And then there was even one time that when the three of us were having breakfast, we have a bottle of jam that is newly not open. So the three of us couldn't open it. So what I did is I just stepped outside the temple, and then I saw someone walking the dog. I said, "Hello, excuse me, can you help me open this jar of jam?" And then the person said, "Oh yeah, of course." And then boom, open. And then we went back and continued our breakfast. So I always share it when people ask me, "What do you think about San Diego?" I will always say that San Diegans always have time for you. Okay, this is the type of giving that every one of us are doing every single day. Greeting each other. When you're walking the dog, you just stop giving yourself a time. "Oh, this is Star. You want some treat?" Or this is there's one time there was a dog called Peanut. I was thinking, is that butter? But then what I'm trying to say is sometimes even in our daily life, or even when we practice giving in a non-profit organization, and sometimes we might be very busy the whole day, but when we give ourselves the time to just pause and to greet each other, this world, this place, it has a warmth. You can feel the warmth in this place. It's not the coldness of this place. Okay, so I have a short video here that I would like to share with everyone that what we can do in our everyday life in spreading and giving kindness among each other. Okay, so it's a thank you.
Sometimes it's easy to feel like the world's getting harder. But if we look closer,
You should be able to play from there. No?
I tested
on the news, on the web, on the street, we're anything but unkind. Every day, we hear new stories of people trying to make the world a better place. And together, we can make the world that little bit kinder for all of us. It all starts with just one person, you. The thing about kindness is that it's just about the only thing in the world that doubles when you share it. And pay it forward. Like taking that extra moment to hold the elevator for someone. Spotting a coffee for a stranger who's just a few cents short. Giving your neighbor a hand with their groceries. Even just smiling and meeting them. It doesn't take much, but it can make a huge difference for everyone. Those people will help other people, and those other people will help even more people. And those random acts of kindness can start a chain reaction that can spread across an entire community, a city, a country, and with enough of us, the world. Now, isn't that the world we all want? And it all starts with one. Sometimes it's easy to feel like the world's getting harder.
Thank you. Yeah, so earlier that video I came across just a few days ago, and then I thought about like sharing sharing the kindness as part of the giving. It is a good reminder that something that we can do every day, even like smiling to each other, greet each other, and even like holding the door for others. Okay, so that is also giving in a way as we share the kindness. Okay, so I would like also to share with you what our founder has constantly reminded us about how we can practice giving in our everyday life. So Venerable Master Xing Yun, he passed away last February, at the age of 97. Throughout his whole life, since young, he renounced at 12 years old until 97 years old. Throughout his whole life, he constantly practiced giving. Okay, like for example, when he moved from China to Taiwan, he had nothing, and then that's because of the conflicts and tension between China and Taiwan back then. The temples in Taiwan are reluctant to accept him to stay in the temple because he was considered from China, and then people are afraid because of that tension that already existed during that time. And then he even sheltered under the big gong, like the traditional temple. There's a big drum and a big gong. He sheltered from rain and sun under the gong. And then there was one time that another monk who didn't have the rope, this rope. What Venerable Master did, he just gave the only one that he has to that monk, knowing that he needed more than any one of us. Okay. Not only that, there was one time that he himself experienced hunger, that he didn't have food for 1.5 days. Okay. So when he experienced that hunger, in his mind, he didn't complain about that experience, but instead, he made a vow. He made a vow saying that in the future, when he has the ability to have a temple, he will always give meals to those in need. Right? So there's a reason why until today, in all the temples that we have around the world, we always ask, instead of asking, how are you? We ask, have you eaten? Have you had meals? And of course, that is also part of the Chinese tradition. But what I would like to mention to you is, throughout his whole life, he has been emphasizing the practice of giving. And besides the material things that he gave, there are also 4 givings that I would like to share with everyone tonight. That is, give others confidence. Okay? So we know that who was the first one who mentioned that every one of us has the potential to realize enlightenment? Who was the one who said that?
Buddha.
The Buddha. So starting from the Buddha himself, when he realized enlightenment, he gave us this confidence, knowing that we have the potential to realize enlightenment. We can do it. We can make it. Okay. So the first one, give others confidence. Sometimes, like when we interact with each other, okay, it's a good reminder that we encourage each other by giving each other confidence. It's just like earlier when we step in, there are so many different name tags for the hosts. Okay? Is a best host, or what else do we have? The happiest host. What else?
I love birds host.
Okay. Yeah.
Better than average host.
Better than average host. Okay. So even though this is something that is a label, it is a compliment, it's an encouragement, and when you put on the name tag, it gives you confidence. Okay. So it is something that easy that every one of us can do it. And the next one is give others hope. Okay. What is hope? Okay. For next year, as part of the New Year blessings that given by our founder, is keep going, the future is bright. I know that some of us might be thinking, next year, will it be good, or we don't know. But the future here is referring to the future. It could be next year, or could be the year after, and the future. Okay? So it gives us hope knowing that everything changes. Okay, sometimes it could be changing from not so good to a little bit better. It gives us hope because we know that we can make a change. Okay, so between ourselves, sometimes that we try to give each other the hope in knowing that if we put in effort, we can make a change. There's hope in whatever that we dream of, as long as we put in effort in making it happen. Okay, so. And then give others joy. What is that? Okay. When you smile at each other, are we giving each other joy? When we greet each other, okay. When we say, oh wow, look happy today. Even by saying that, we are giving others joy. Okay. Or even like you make the peanut butter jelly sandwich. Okay. When we give to those who are hungry, that is also one way that we make that person happy. This is giving others joy. And of course, give others convenience. It's just like the video that we watched earlier. Which part that it shows give others convenience? Anyone? The video earlier?
Helping with the laundry.
Helping with, okay.
It was the neighbor.
Yes. And anything, and anyone remember what you have watched earlier that give others convenience? The elevator door? Okay, thank you. So even like when we walk on the street, when we see things that we can help, give a lending hand. Okay, this is also give others convenience. Okay, it's just like when we use the restroom, what should we usually do? We make sure we flush. Okay, and in a way that
It'll be nice.
yeah, it'll be nice, and then it's also giving others convenience. And not only the restroom here, but also like in other places. So even when we dine in restaurant, okay, usually as part of our practices, after finishing everything, we stack our plates. And then we kind of like clean the table a little bit, knowing that we are trying to give convenience to the waiter that works so hard with just a little bit tips that we give. Okay, but giving others convenience is something that we can easily do by thinking on behalf of others, by stepping on others' shoes, is giving others convenience. Okay. It's just like earlier when we stepped in, Jeff was saying that, oh, where were you guys? Like one of the volunteers saw us, and I was joking with him, saying that, oh yeah, we couldn't find where's Dharma Bum Temple. Yeah, and of course, like, you know, he's trying to like think ahead and giving us convenience, saying that, oh, you can come in and sit and have some tea first. And then we said, well, fine, thank you, because as part of our practice is usually doing our evening walk after medicinal meal, after dinner. Okay, this is part of our practice. Okay. So this is something that we can do, give others confidence, hope, joy, and convenience. And we'd like to tie a little bit. Okay. Thank you. A little bit with how we can practice give others confidence as in a way when we experience anxiety. Okay, so how does it relate? Okay, so anxiety. What is anxiety? Worries, fear. What gives rise to anxiety?
Uncontrollable, excessive thoughts.
Excessive thoughts. Okay, it's worry about what?
Future.
Okay.
Want to be safe.
Want to be
And
safe.
the feeling of not being safe that
Yes.
causes anxiety.
Okay. So
Sense of impending bad things, like you're sensing something bad is going to happen.
something bad might happen. Like it is still not happened, but mind. Have you guys seen Inside Out too?
Yes.
Not yet. Okay. Have you seen? Okay, you can watch it. It's very Buddhist in a way. Yeah. So anxiety is something that it's not good or bad, but it is one of our emotional reaction towards something that is still not yet happened, but it is within our mind that we are thinking and worried about. Oh, what will happen? What if this happened? What if that? This and that. Okay. So how can we embrace anxiety with confidence? So let me share with you one example for my example long time ago. When I was having my final exam during the college days. And the way that our exam is not just like here, because we go with the British system where you have like 100 marks, like based on your written paper. There's no marks for attendance, there's no marks for a project, but within that 3 hours, you have to complete the examination. That will determine the half-year grade. Okay? So within that three hours examination, sometimes people feel worried. This is that three hours. You spend half a year just getting ready for this 3 hours. So I experienced anxiety. I was like, oh, what if? Okay, the mind keeps on rolling until I decided to take a deep breath. And then I sat in front of the computer. Do you know what I did? I typed in the words that I'm going to say to myself. I typed in, I've done my best, I will be my best. Just simple 2 sentences. Type it up, enlarge the form, print it out, stick on the wall. And that is a constant reminder for myself as a way to give myself confidence. So for myself, like knowing that by giving not only others confidence, but giving ourselves confidence that we can embrace anxiety. If we are worried about the future, okay, look at what the Buddha shared with us. What will be the future? It is what we do right now. Okay, the present determines the future. Okay, and sometimes there are conditions that we cannot control, but yet we can put in effort in appreciating all the present moments we have, knowing that one step at a time we are paving our way to the future. Okay? So by confidence in a way that we talk to ourselves, try to convince ourselves, try to encourage ourselves, this is how we cope with anxiety. I did it, and I'm hoping that you can also give it a try. Okay, how can we cope anxiety with confidence? Okay, and then another one. I'm not sure if the animation will pop up. Whoop, no. Okay. What happened to my? There's no good. Yeah, I included a picture of like anxiety next to the bullet there. Yeah, and embrace sadness with joy. You might be wondering, like, how can we embrace sadness with joy? I already am so sad. Okay, how can I feel the joy? So it is with the practice of giving. When we practice giving others joy, even though we are like emotionally very down and sad, we can feel and create that interconnectedness among each other. Okay. When we give and share, do we feel joy? Okay. When we give and share, we feel that joy is because we know that we are interconnected in so many different ways. Okay. So when we're feeling sad, don't worry. We are interconnected with each other. It is not just myself alone. We are in this together. Okay. We have family. We have the Sangha to support us. So when we feel sad, we think about others. Okay. The joy being together. And this is how, one of the ways that we can embrace sadness with joy. Okay. And the next one is the impact of giving with how we embrace fear with hope. Okay. So there's some overlap between the confidence and hope. But hope is mainly focusing on not only the within ourselves, okay, but the hope for the change that we can make it happen. Okay, the hope for the future. Okay, so if we're afraid, why are we afraid? Why is that fear? Fear of the unknown. Why is there unknown?
Because nothing is stable.
Nothing is stable. When we know that nothing is stable, we know that everything is possible because it's constantly changing. So it goes back to the impermanence of our reality. If we know that everything is constantly changing, it gives us hope. When we are in this situation, when we are low in our emotions, or have lots of job, no insurance, no this and that, even though we are in the darkest moment of our life, not to worry. If we can stand up, if we can continue to have this hope, the fear will be diminished. It's just like the hope is just like having a light in the dark room. We won't be able to just instantly brighten the whole place, just like all the lightings that we have here. But we start with one candle, we start with one light. And then when we give ourselves that hope, we are also giving others hope. It's just like sharing the light in the candle one by one. Okay? So imagine like this is just one of the many impacts of giving. Okay? Not only giving others, we give ourselves. Give ourselves confidence, give ourselves hope, give ourselves joy, give ourselves convenience in a way. Okay? So the ripple effects on giving is unimaginable. Okay? There was one story, real life story, that there was one day that this doctor was on the way to the airport, okay, going to fly over to San Francisco to meet with his son and meeting with his fiancée, the future wife. Okay. And then on the way, he saw an accident, okay, a terrible accident. Even though he know that the plane will not wait for him, he pulled over his car because he is a doctor. He pull over his car and started like checking on the person that is stuck in the car because of accident. And then he helped this lady to help stop the bleeding until the paramedics were here. And then not only that, this doctor followed this lady in the ambulance, and he even did the surgery to try to help this lady until this lady was safe. Okay, the blood was stopped, and then the wound was tender and everything. She was able to survive because of this doctor's help. But yet, this doctor has missed his flight. Okay, and then of course he said that no big deal. At least he can save this lady's life. And he took the next flight to San Francisco. And when he was there, he met with his son. And then the son was worried. The dad supposedly will appear in the airport, but he didn't see the dad. Okay? But then the son finally knew that the lady that his dad helped was actually the son's fiance. So because of this, doctor is willing to give his time, putting aside his need, to take the flight and to meet his son and meet the fiance. He actually saved his son's fiance. So the ripple effects on giving is unimaginable. It's just like every time when we see someone who is in need, it's just like earlier when we were talking outside, and then, are you John? Yeah, John came in. I was like, I think I've seen you before. John was jogging last Thursday. Our temple actually had a blood drive, and he was jogging and kind of waved at him for some reason. And then he came back and then working on his phone, and then he came in and gave the Powerade, donated blood. Okay, and he's willing to spend that time, knowing that the blood that he donated could save how many lives, we never know. And we didn't know that who could be someone related to us, that we saved one's life. So the ripple effects of giving is unimaginable. So for today, I would like to conclude with this sentence, with line. A seed of giving grows into the fruits of joy, compassion, and wisdom. Okay. Not only it changes the present, it actually shapes the future. So when we give, we are actually planting the seed of joy, compassion, and wisdom. The wholesome seeds that we planted. We won't know when it will germinate. We won't know when it will grow into a plant. But we constantly give. Not only giving others, sometimes we give ourselves some time for self-care. We give ourselves confidence, give ourselves joy, hope, convenience. The same goes if we try to give others the same, right? As long as we can, as long as we have the capabilities of doing that. Knowing that we are changing the present, making it happen, we are actually shaping the future. Okay? The past, the present, and the future, they are interconnected in so many different ways. So don't think that what we are doing is so tiny. The effects is great. Okay? And the most important thing is we are planting the seed of joy, compassion, and wisdom that will shape our own future. Okay? So this is what I would like to share with everyone tonight. And before you have any questions or comments or feedbacks, I also have a question for everyone to pause and ponder. You don't have to give me the answer. It is the question that we ask ourselves. How can we integrate the spirit of giving into our daily life, not just as an act, but a way of being? Thank you. Anyone has anything to share? Yes.
What was your name again, ma'am?
My name is Miao Zang.
Miao Zang.
Yes.
So I really appreciate the positivity of the presentation. I think it's great. However, in America, though, I believe that a lot of these sorts of sentiments that you're expressing, to excuse my French, are completely bastardized. Most of the time when people give, they're taken advantage of. And I think it's extremely important to have some discernment about who you give to, because people will pretend to enjoy your kindness in order to come back, to withdraw from your account over and over and over and over again. And the same sort of images that you show, the same sort of quotes that you're putting up on there, these are the same things that large corporations do in order to donate to causes to get tax breaks, right? It's called virtue signaling for a reason. And so, while I do appreciate and really love the sentiment that you're putting out there, the same thing with the Christmas lights, right? People put up those Christmas lights because they want to show off. I mean, it's just there's no point in that. People waste money to buy a nice watch or buy a nice car, right? They want people to see things. You know, okay, maybe there's the Christmas spirit or whatever. I mean, think about, you know, one of our time-honored stories in American culture, A Christmas Carol. It was about a greedy man who was shown an incredibly horrible future and was scared by a ghost. He had to be scared into being nice to his employees.
Wow.
Right? That's America. That's British. That's the West. I'm just pointing this out to you. You know what I mean? And so for me, like, I'm only 35. I'm not that old. But as I've gotten older, I've just realized that a lot of this is BS. And I mean, you're talking about people talking to each other on the street. You know, if I talk to a random woman I don't know, and I say hi, she automatically thinks it's going to hit on her. She gets freaked out. Right? So it's self-preservation why people don't put out energy to other people. You know, among other things. But our society has grown incredibly self-aware. We're in the latter day of the law, right? The third age of the law. As the Buddha foretold. You know what I mean? Countless calamities are going to occur and all those other kind of things. You know what I mean? But I just think it's incredibly important to just not give blindly and to believe in these virtues without really understanding with a sobering look at what reality is like right now. And I'm just, it's not really a question, it's just
Yes.
a dump. So
Yeah.
make
Thank
of
you.
that what you will.
Thank you for bringing this up. Can I comment a little bit first?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I want
Yes.
to comment too.
Yes. Yeah, so thank you for bringing this up because it really matters. The importance of giving. It is not just compassion. It is with wisdom, in a way. It's just like for the homeless people, we try not to give them money. We give them peanut butter sandwich or the clothing, beanie, socks, everything. Okay, this is one. It's a constant reminder to ourselves when we want to give and share. Always come with compassion, with wisdom. Those are equally important. And the next one is there are things that it is a matter of perspective of how we look at things. It could be just like what you said. It could be the other way around. We won't know. But others will know. Who will know it the best is ourselves. When we do it, we will see if this is coming from our genuine intention or not. But we cannot change others. We cannot say that, oh, you shouldn't do that, because it is one's karma. We have no influence with that. Okay? So it is something that, just like Venerable Master Xing Yun, our founder, throughout his whole life, he tried to provide education to those who are in need. Okay? Even like staying in the temple, providing food, providing education, and eventually this person left the temple and then have his own career and so on and so forth. And people would say that, oh, why are you so spending so much like time and effort and money to educate this person or educate like those who are in need? Our founder said that it doesn't matter how many people come and go. But I know that when we provide education to that person, we are helping the society to have one good person instead of creating someone that might be of damage to the society. Okay. So then again, I know that in America, even in the society today, there's things that what you have mentioned, but I would say that we try to do our part in having that positive energy, positive influence, but yet we have no control towards others. Yeah, but thank you. Yes?
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for sharing what you just said, because I'm kind of in my feminine right now, so it's kind of hard for me to speak up in front of a lot of people so boldly as you just did, because then, you know, I might intimidate the masculine and other men's insecurity. But you were so brave, and the way that you just explained what you really meant, and that's exactly how I feel deep down, is that I've been used so many times for being overly nice to people. But I just wanted to give you some encouragement and just know that there might be a narcissist in the room right now that needed to hear what she just said. There might be some, you know what I'm saying? So there might be someone that needed to hear, oh, I need to give because I keep on losing woman. Oh, I need to give because I have no understanding about how to be a human to another human. So she may have given that to someone who's selfish in this room right now. But you may have given something to me by making me feel heard. So your wisdom of her wisdom, it's kind of like we're just shining the lights, like she was saying. So thank you so much for being bold and saying what you said, because people need to not be exploited by their vulnerabilities anymore. And what I'm learning is that when you say be nice to others, you're also saying be nice to yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I feel that giving is come in so many different shapes. You know, I was at the market today, at just the grocery store, and just smiling at the cashier and say happy holidays. You know, just a little bit. I feel it. I feel the smile. I get it back, and it brightens her up, and it brightens me up. So giving is not just donating a bunch of money, but you know, you see somebody on the street kind of bummed and just say, hey, you know, is there anything I can do for you? You know, just really, are you hungry?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Like last Thursday, when John donated blood, I also donated blood. And then we were given 2 pairs of socks, the holiday socks. And then today, kind of like shared with the postman, the one that, you know, who always comes every day. And then when I passed it to him, he said, I shared with him the whole experience, and he said, well, thank you. This will make my feet warm. Because, you know, postman has been walking all this, like, every day. Yeah, the whole day. Especially during winter, it's like kind of cold sometimes, especially when it rains. Okay? And this is something I think that I know it's hard for us to help everyone, but I think that we can start from ourselves, from a genuine intention of like sharing and giving others and ourselves. Okay? This world is something that we can shape and we can work together, make it a kinder place to be. Yeah. Yes.
I wonder if the wisdom piece isn't really big. I mean, really big. And in answering to that question, how can we integrate? Because I've had the comments about how important the wisdom is, and I've just found from my experience, my very, very personal experience, that I found something that my wisdom, such as it is, tells me this is good. And I have the one world, one people concept in mind. And I see how it would fit into that. And so it seems that one way to do it is to really spend a significant amount of time and mind on the wisdom piece, to identify, to have a commitment to something that we can see it is wise. If I do this and I keep doing this and I focus on this, that this, then we just pursue it. You know.
Thank you. When it comes to wisdom, it is not a one-time thing. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes repetition. Every time, every experiences that we experience, we cultivate and accumulate wisdom, bit by bit, little by little. And sometimes it takes like 10 times for us to have that insight in knowing that, this is the best ever decision that I made. Okay? Because it is every decision that we make is not the best, but at least this is the best at that moment. But with that as a learning curve, we actually grow and accumulate our wisdom. So that's why no matter what we do, it takes time, it takes commitment, it takes like constantly reflects upon what we do, and we make it better each time. And we have that insight every time, every experience. That is wisdom. Yes. Yes.
Can I ask you if you've ever regretted giving?
That is a good question. I haven't thought about that.
What was the question?
Have I ever regretted giving? Yes.
I was just thinking about this yesterday, actually, because I have a conditional mother, so I tend to give to her a lot just to kind of make me not get, verbally anything happen my way. But the other day, I realized I was manipulated after I gave my time to her, and I got really angry. But what I realized is that just I need to protect my hurt parts, and I need to heal more of my parts. So I may have given her something, but she also just gave me something by realizing how I need to have more sympathy and compassion for myself. So I just learned another lesson.
Thank you. Yeah. Sometimes I think that when we have the sense of regret is when we have some sense of like having a return, expectation of return, or having some sort of expectation. So that's why there's a regret element in it. Yeah. So when it comes to giving the practices that we practice every day, again and again we have to remind ourselves what we do, we know and we are clear about it. But what others felt is something that we have no control over it. Just like earlier I mentioned that you try to be good and nice and someone manipulates on that.
Yeah.
That is your karma, not my problem. when you can think about that, you don't feel bad about it. Okay, it's just like when we have the meetings outside, when we put up the little free library in front of the temple, people might be worried that, oh, what if people damage the little library? And I would say, that is his or her karma. Yeah. I just want to share. I just want to give. I just want to, be part of the community. But if a person don't really appreciate it, or like make fun of it, or like manipulate on that, that's your choice. Or in other words, that is your karma. Thank you. So I think we will let us do a dedication of merits for tonight's sharing. You want to? Oh yeah, we can just have a sit, and then we can just join our palms and may kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our humility and gratitude give rise to great vows. So I hope that everyone have a great week ahead. Be safe, and whatever that I share with you is beneficial and helpful to everyone's practice. Thank you. Announcement?
Announcements. Good evening, everyone. My name is David. I am your host. I am your better than average host, as it says here. Just one comment. I do put up Christmas lights. They're very modest. It's just one little palm tree. I do it for myself, but I really do it for the kids, right? Like my neighbors have all this crazy stuff, but the kids like to see the lights, right? So that's my own personal giving of ladders and all that stuff that I do. We opened the Dharma Bum Temple 17 years ago to introduce Buddhist practice to those who show up. I usually say that those who lead are not nuns, priests, or anything like that. Tonight we did have a venerable person here, but usually they're not nuns, monks, gurus, priests, and are not usually looking for students. They are simply practitioners sharing their interpretation of the practice. Every night we have different classes led by different people from various Buddhist traditions. We have a recovery sangha that meets several times a week for anyone suffering with any type of addiction. And as mentioned, our food redistribution program meets downstairs every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and to distribute them to people in need. We have classes and programs every day, and everything we offer here is always free. The full schedule is on our website. It is also posted above the shoe rack outside in the entryway. We have a lending library. If you see a book you like, feel free to take it and just return it when you're done. Please straighten up your seat or cushion as you head out. And thank you for being here. We hope you well. We wish you well and hope to see you again.
Thanks.